So the ePortering app is a very simple solution which actually our clinicians can use to be able to task for a porter to attend to a patient, and it allows also then a porter to be able to accept those jobs and also confirm when the jobs have been completed. It came about from we recognised that we wanted to improve our patient flow, that actually technology could be better used to support some of the requesting and tasking to inform both sides of the process.
Previously in A&E we had a paper-based system where there was a worksheet that the individual doctor or nurse would go and write on with the patient's surname only and the destination that they were to go to, and that was all the information that the porters actually had.
3 out of 10 jobs were being cancelled because there was misinformation provided to a porter. It was really difficult for porters to know when a job was requested. They'd need to come back to a particular position in A&E to know that there was a job there.
Following the implementation of the app, we were able to put a lot more information because the information is kept securely within the IT system, so the porter gets the name of the patient, the age of the patient, and is able to, when approaching them, go and speak to them by name and explain to them where they're going. So it has brought on a much more personal type of interaction between the porter and the patient, as well as being more efficient. So we now have a link on every desktop, so I can request an X-ray and then sit there and go onto the portering app and request the porter straight after. So it is so much more efficient.
You can search the patient. All the patients that are actually in A&E are on the log. If they're not for some reason, you can just put collection and delivery, and then in the notes put please pick up Mr. Smith from wherever. The porters know where the patient is, they know where they're meant to be going, it's all documented, so less error. So it's quite good for audit and tracking. We know when the porter's booked, we know if a porter has been assigned, and we can see when the job's been completed. We can escalate when there's a long wait for porters because we can see when the portering job's been ordered. So sometimes in the middle of the night we might have 15 transfers to do, and we can see that there's 11 portering jobs outstanding and only 1 porter. Or sometimes we loan the porter to the wards to move, say, from Crick or Darwin into the main hospital.
We're getting a much better flow of activity to our porters, and our porters are being used to the best effect to support our patients and clinicians. So it's helped to improve the communications between clinicians and porters. They are a critical part of our trust in terms of support staff and the support that they provide to our clinicians and also to our patients, that they feel more a part of the actual clinical community now.
Staff are very happy. I mean, at the beginning we're obviously, oh goodness, why us? We're the busiest emergency department. Why are we implementing a change to test it? But actually we've found the benefits of it, and if it works in the busiest emergency department, it's going to work everywhere. So we're happy. We know that we can get efficiency through technology, but we have to have the right apps, we have to have the right equipment, and obviously we have to be careful about what equipment we're going to need.
So we're absolutely delighted as a trust to have won this award, hand in hand digital services with our ED staff that have been absolutely fantastic in terms of embracing the technology, but also to have worked with a supplier that has been so helpful in being able to realise the benefit and really understand the best workflow. So the night was magnificent. We were the first category and the first winners, so we started on a high. There's more to come. So our next journey really particularly is we've got a larger EPR programme that we're looking at across the trust collectively with Hillingdon, but we've also got sparks of smaller innovations, particularly that we'd like to introduce for our STARS service.